Hello, hello, hello. We are live, we are live, we're live. Okay. My people, my people, my people, we're live. I'm just waiting till everyone comes in. Coming in, coming in, coming in. Come on in. As you know, Friday, which is tomorrow, last Friday of every month, we meet together. We have a lot of fun. Last Friday of every month, we meet together, have a lot of fun. And this Friday, I'm going to wait till everyone comes in before I start speaking. So, okay, I'm here. I'm in the back. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I am here and I'm in the back. I'm waiting till people come in. As you know, I'm shadow banned left, right, and center, but that's okay. I am here. Come on in. Okay. Okay, hey everyone, I am here. I am here. I am here. Before we get started, you know how it goes. I usually like to give time for people to come in because I just don't want to stop. I'm going to give it one more minute. One more minute for people to come in. One more. All right, guys. So we're about to get started. Do a quick roll call. Zuri, Michelle, Avion, Zuri, Queen, welcome. And to the rest of the people who are here and they just don't want to post a comment, that's fine too. I don't stress about that. Okay, beautiful. So, as you guys know, Be Exist, welcome. This is the last, what you call it? Last Friday. And you know what we do every last Friday? Hold on. Every last Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do, we meet together as a group. It's really important that we meet together because I need to see that you guys have grown, right? I don't want followers, you know. I don't want followers and I don't want people adoring me and thinking that there's something special about me. And, if I don't leave you with your gifts, if your gifts are not coming out, if you're not growing in wisdom and knowledge and power and insight, if you're not becoming stronger emotionally and spiritually, I failed. So my goal is not to create a cult like following around me. And I know many truthers. I've been around a long time. Many truthers, that's what they want. But that's not what I want. I want people who can think for themselves, who can make decisions for themselves. Okay? And I need people who are smarter than me. I need people who can see further than I can. So my job is to train you guys to see, to be spiritually intelligent, psychically intelligent, emotionally intelligent, to the point where you can teach me. And that's the reason why we have the class on Fridays. So as you know, and I just want to welcome everyone. Esclamond, Be Exist, Sherry, Michelle, Christina, welcome. And Queen V, thank you, welcome. I thought I mentioned Queen V, but I'll say it again. Queen V, thank you so much. Okay, so I want you guys to be stronger and smarter than myself. And I want you guys to, stand on your own. I don't want followers. I want to create spiritual leaders in their own way, right? And I want you guys to go on and develop your skills because there's so much on this planet to learn. So that's what we do every Friday, the last Friday of the month. And that's why it's important that people come on the last Friday. And you know how we do. So the last Friday, it's $30. Okay. Like I said, because we want people to have a community, I always say just be fair. If you can afford it, pay the $30. If you have some, give some. If you have none, hey, Renata, can I join? Hell yeah. You'll be there. Okay. So that's how we do it. So tomorrow, our second movie decode is Lovely, Dark, Deep. You can watch the movie on Tubi.tv. You can watch it for free on Tubi.tv. It features Georgina Campbell in the background. That's what the movie looks like in the back. Okay, you can watch it for Tubi and take your notes. What did you learn? And this is really important for today, why we got to watch this movie, right? Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get started with the fun part. So today we're going to develop even more your psychic abilities, the ability to see, and the ability to see using these ancient rocks, right? Where did we leave off? We left off here. We left off here. Everyone remembers where we left off? We left off with a powerful, powerful decode. A powerful decode about what's behind the giant red serpent. We're going to go into that today. And today I want you guys to put on your spiritual eye. I want you guys to connect to that Atlantean brain. Okay, you can go out and come back in. So I want everyone to connect to that phantom limb that allowed us to interface with these ancient computers. And computers, for lack of a better word, I'm just using computers because I don't have a better word to describe this thing. Okay, so we left off here, and we also spoke about what was in front of this. Now, let me give you a little backstory about this whole area. This area starts off with this. Okay, I want you guys to stick a pin in this. As you can see, there's a face right here. This area starts off with this. They call this famous area, Benjamin, welcome. This famous area in the Grand Canyon is called the Duck. The Duck. It's not a duck. When you get close to this thing, it gives you the impression of a duck, but it's not. If you can see, that this is the eyes and the snout of a baby reptile. Okay? And at certain times, as the sun begins to move, you literally see the face of a man shapeshift into that of a baby reptile, because the reptiles have snouts. So they misclassified this rock and they called it a duck, when in fact it's a baby reptile because of the snout. Okay? And it's a reptile because of the snout. Okay? Reptiles have snouts, right? But they call this area the duck. Now, we're going to go there. A famous president went to this area. And when you go to this area, you will see the plaque where this famous president went. And on that plaque, it said, listen carefully, shortly after this president visited this area, he became president. Take a wild guess who this president was. And I'm going to show you what's behind this duck. I'm going to show you the things surrounding this duck. Right? So take a wild guess as to who the president was who went to this area. Wild guess. I'll wait. Eisenhower. That's exactly who went there. President Eisenhower. Okay? Eisenhower. Now here's the even crazier thing. President Eisenhower went to this famous area in the Grand Canyon where you can search and search and search the internet, and you will merely get one tiny little picture or a reference telling you that Eisenhower went there. What you will not get is a photo of what Eisenhower saw or what Eisenhower was standing in front. It is the strangest thing that there were no photos of Eisenhower near this duck anywhere online, right? But it said to you, shortly after Eisenhower went to this area, they said the duck, but I'm going to show you what else is there. He became president, right? Now watch this. So if you look carefully at the duck on this side, you see a man's face. You see the eye here, you see the eye here, you see the nose here, you see the mouth, and then that's his head. The man is a shapeshifter, and he shapeshifts going this way. All right? So I wanted you guys to see that is what was there. The second thing that's behind this duck is, hold on. Where the hell are my damn photos? That is so crazy. I saved this photo, now the photo's gone. Hold on one second. It should be at least be in gallery. They removed the damn, these people. That is so crazy. Okay, all right. Okay, so the second thing that's behind this duck is this. Does everyone remember what this is? Does everyone remember what this is? We're just doing a quick recap before we go deep. You see a gray, the red dragon. Wonderful. Apep. The dragon. What's the other name for Apep? Apophis, right? So, and you can see when you look at this, you see that the dragon has a cube style head. This is the red serpent. This is his eye here. This is the other eye here. And this is the nose. Guys see it? Now, does anyone remember what Eisenhower signed? Yeah, the red dragon. The whole mountain range is the red dragon. Does anyone remember what Eisenhower signed? The agreement. What was that agreement? Technology in exchange for humans. You got it. Now, remember, this is coming off of World War II. Eisenhower was a general in World War II. Eisenhower, there you go, the Greada Treaty. Eisenhower coming out of World War II, exactly. Not just the Greys, right? But yeah, you got it, Avion. So coming off of World War II, Eisenhower was responsible for setting up Israel, okay? So was Hitler. Okay, they all had their parts to play. Now, Eisenhower was not president when he went here. But listen to what it says. Shortly after Eisenhower visited this place, he became president. Did you guys catch that? Shortly after Eisenhower visited this place, he became president. Break that code. What is that code saying to you? Shortly after Eisenhower visited this place, he became president. What are they saying? Oh, Avion, you called it. The serpent does look digital. We're going to go into that too. You're way ahead. Come on, guys. Come on. Class is in session. Remember, we got class here. You don't come here to listen to me yap on. Aha, selected. Okay. Agree. Okay, so let's backtrack. Where do you think Eisenhower made the agreement? Benjamin, you got Zuri, you got it. Select, yeah. Yes. 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 All right. So where do you think that agreement was made? Hold on, I gotta look up some words here. Because sometimes my recall is not good. Ah, yes. Okay, so thank you, Sherry. Okay. Queen, yes. Yes, okay. So, was that agreement made where they told you it was made? Avion unit. Okay. Now, who did Eisenhower? Because remember it said, shortly after visiting this area, he became president. So the area that they say he was in, the most prominent thing in the area is this duck. This is not a duck. This is a reptile, a shape-shifting man, a man who turned into a reptile. Okay? Misha, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Okay? Remember, in order to understand today's live stream, you got to go back and look at part 1. Okay? Share. Oh, you got. Oh, I don't. It's like, whoa! I don't even want to tell you guys what's going on. You guys are on top of it. Okay? I don't even have to tell you. You guys are on top of it. You're following? So long before New Mexico, Eisenhower visited this place. He went to this duck. This is not a duck. This is clearly a shapeshifter. A man who shapeshifts into a reptile with a snout. And shortly after that, he became president. When he became president, that is when we learned about this alien threat. And he allegedly signed the Greada Treaty. But if you go to the Grand Canyon, like I did in this area, you will see that where Eisenhower was standing was here. A big red dragon. And we discovered that behind the big red dragon is this writing on the wall. And we decoded part of this writing on the wall. Okay, in this area here, we decoded there's something back here. So we went, and when we pulled up part of it, not the whole thing, we pulled up something was going on behind this red dragon. And we decoded part of it. And the download that I was given, which is in part 1, was that we're dealing with a plasma-based type technology. Huh? And this type of technology allows for, hey AJ, God-like creation capabilities. God-like creative powers. And the technology, the basis of the technology was plasma, intelligent plasma that could self-organize under the right conditions. It can self-organize to become anything. And part 1, we learned that the self-organization can mirror what you call a computer, and the computing capabilities was a Deca computer, base 10. We learned that what they did was they split the Deca computer into 2 to give you zeros and ones, when in fact it should be 10 Deca. We also learned that the computer, to activate and use this level, computer is a bad term, but I'm just using it to give you an idea of how it works. And we learned that the ancients used this type of computer with their brain, and that the brain is missing a limb. Does everyone remember that? The phantom limb. Remember this? The phantom limb. Does everyone remember this? That gave us godlike capabilities, and they removed the phantom limb, which mirrored a seal that the Atlanteans used. Now, here's what's interesting about the phantom limb. Watch this. Here's what's interesting about this phantom limb. When I was doing my meditation, I want you to follow this. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Follow this. Oh, that may not be the right color. Hold on. Needs a brighter color. Sorry. Follow this shape. Follow the shape that's in the brain. What do you see? What shape do you see? We learned in the last video that the human race was altered. The lock and the key, what do they call it? The ankh. You got it, Avion, lock and key, but what's the word? The ankh. We learned in part 1 that humans had a part of their brain that allowed them to interface with the plasma consciousness that gave them godlike powers. We found that that limb literally looks like it was gutted from the brain. So I went back and I began to I'm not yelling, I'm excited. So I went back and I began to meditate on the brain. And that's when in my meditation, I said, oh my goodness. The prefrontal cortex, the front of the brain, literally makes an Atlantean symbol that they wore, representing the phantom brain, but it also made an ankh. Now, what did the Egyptians call the ankh? I mean, we should be screaming now. What did the Egyptians call the ankh? Come on. What did the Egyptians say about the ankh? Where did he find out where they moved it to? It's a gauge. Okay. Where did they move it to? The center of life. Okay. Yes. Oh, they called it what? What did they call the ankh? Avion said it. She said lock and. Avion said it. Lock and key. So what's the key of life? Yes, Benjamin. The ankh is the key to our advancement. But we never knew where that key was until tonight. I don't think you guys understand. We never knew where that key was until Tonight. Tonight. The key that the Egyptians carried everywhere they went. The key is literally etched into the front of the brain. But these Egyptologists told us, oh, the Egyptians didn't care about the brain. All they cared about was the heart. How do you build pyramids the size of the 3 pyramids in Egypt and not care about the brain? Did you catch that? Let's draw this again, because I don't think you guys are getting where I'm going. Let's do it again. Do you see it? Do you see it? Let's draw it again. Let's draw it again. Let's mark it up, y'all. Mark it up. Mark it up, y'all. This is the actual shape of it. This is the actual shape of it. No one can say I'm making this up. It's right in front of you. The Egyptologists, it's right there. No one can say I'm making it up. The Egyptologists told us, oh, the Egyptians didn't care about the brain. They just squished it up and put it in a jar. I'm like, how the hell they didn't care about the brain and built pyramids? How the hell they didn't care about the brain and had universities? How on earth could the Egyptians not care about the brain and had universities? That doesn't make any sense. Carved right here in the brain. So what is the key to life? What is the ankh of life? What is the ankh of life? The frontal part of the brain. Now watch this. You don't believe me? Watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. Yes. The prefrontal cortex is considered a key part of the brain for life. Did you catch that? Listen. It is responsible for complex cognitive functions like decision making, planning, working memory, personality, expression, and social behavior. Essentially allowing us to control our actions based on goals and future consequences, making it crucial for navigating daily life and interacting with the world around us. Watch this. The prefrontal cortex is considered a key ankh. Every time you hear the word key, think ankh, ankh, ankh. Considered a key brain region associated with creativity. Watch this. as it plays a higher crucial role in higher cognitive functions like decision making, problem solving, working memory, which are all vital components to the creative process. That's why I said, how on earth the Egyptologists are saying, the Egyptians didn't care about the brain, then turn around and build pyramids. But today we learned that the phantom brain, the part of the brain they gutted out, the phantom brain that's connected to the mind, our mind was so powerful. When connected with that plasma field, we were like gods. And then they came here and they re-engineered the human race. And in re-engineering us, we cannot grow beyond a certain point. We get to a certain level, then we fight, kill each other, blow up the planet, and crash back down. Why? Because the ankh is for the Egyptian, and the Atlantean part of the brain, the ankh is still there, but part of the ankh is missing. Part of the ankh, this part of the ankh is missing. This part of the ankh is missing. This is why we elevate, we build to a certain level, and then we crash. We build up civilization, and then we fight and kill each other, and we go back to the Stone Age. It's not our fault. They changed us. They altered us. And they put a capstone, a limitation on how far we could go. And then they told us that seeing what we see is not us. You didn't build those pyramids. You're too stupid. The Africans couldn't have built those pyramids. They're too primitive. No. What they did is they wiped us out, re-engineer the telomeres, exactly. Wiped us out, re-engineered us, removed gutted part of our brain, which caused amnesia. And then told them, look, see, the people who built those pyramids are demons. Okay, now we're going to go in deeper. So that's just the backstory. The backstory to this. Now let's go in deeper. We're going to focus on this part. Okay, now I want you guys to see. We're going to go in deeper. We're going to go in deeper. Now it's time for you guys to see. What do you see? This is in the Grand Canyon behind the Stargate. What do you see? And if you can't see it, say, hey, Renetta, mark it up. Remember, this is this. A face. You see the face? Yes, Queen, you got it. Does anyone else see the face? A face that looks like a pharaoh. That whole region is pharaohs. Yes. A portal. Yes. The Stargate and a face. Now, does anyone remember? Let me mark up the face. Where have you seen this face before? Let's mark up the face. Hold on. Where have you seen? Yes, there's lots of faces. Big lips, broad nose. Yes. Where have you seen this face before? Remember, this is the Grand Canyon. I'm going to show you how big this face is. Remember, this is the snake. We are over here. Okay? This is the red dragon. We are over in this white part here. Okay? Let's go back. Olmec! Kemari for the win! Wait, hold on. I thought the Olmec was just in Mexico. The Caribs! This is exactly what Caribs look like. African face. Well, it's not a statue, but it's an African. It looks like an African. Carib. This is exactly what the Caribs look like. But we know the Olmec she. Hold on. But this is the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Oh, but this is the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Now let's look at another photo. I'm going somewhere with this. This is the other one. We're going to mark him up because it might be difficult to see. This one is where the portal, the Stargate, actually opens. Here we see the Olmec. Here we see the Olmec. Okay, I'm going to mark him up. I'm going to mark up both the Olmec. This is the Stargate here that opened. This is the face of the Olmec she in Arizona. You guys see him? But there's an even bigger face telling a story. He's right here. Ah, damn it. Let me do it this way. So this type of portal you see him? Oh, you see a lot. You'll even see Trump in here. Yes, yes, literally. But I want to focus. Yes, there's a lion in there. Yes, they're titans. Okay? His other eye looks like it's closed. And then the portal opens down here, the Stargate. Opens down here. Okay? Remember, let me show you how big this is. Let me show you again how big this is. This is the red dragon. We are over here in this white area. And this is in the Grand Canyon. Okay? That's how massive. And this whole area are titans back here. The whole area. And they are behind the red dragon. Now it gets crazier. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? Now I want you to focus on him. I want you to meditate on him. Now we saw the Olmec she, correct? Right here. So that no one could say, I'm making this up. No one can say I'm making this up. This is the face of the Olmec she. This is the head of the Olmec she. This is in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Am I making it up? Grand Canyon on your left. Olmec She on your right. Grand Canyon on your left. Olmec on your right. Remember this symbol. Oh, time for the frying pans. Remember, we were tracking this symbol. We've been tracking. This is on the Olmec She's head. Remember, we were tracking this symbol on the Olmec She. Remember, we were tracking this symbol we were tracking this symbol before we got to the Olmecs, and we discovered this symbol all over the ancient world. That's when we discovered that they were pointing to. Remember, we were tracking the symbol all over. Remember this symbol? We found it on this massive stone structure right here in front of you. That's a face that looks like an Olmec. And that face had this symbol in the middle of its head. And this symbol, this rock, this stone separates Mexico from what you call the United States. Then we found this symbol again. Hold on. We found this symbol here. We found this symbol here with the queen. We found this symbol here. And we were trying to decode what is this symbol. Then we found this symbol. We were looking all over. What's this symbol? And we found this symbol here. And we found that that symbol was missing from inside the human brain. Something gutted it out, and all the ancients kept that symbol. Now here we are in the Grand Canyon. Let me close out some of this. Here you see it in Santa Elena. I have practically all the ancient civilizations I've come across in the Americas all have this symbol. Here we see the Olmec She, the face at the opening of a Stargate. But whoa, we went into decode. Hey, what's this Stargate? What's this massive gate that opened behind this red dragon in the Grand Canyon? Are you sitting down? Let me know you're sitting. Let me know you're sitting. Let me know when you're sitting. On the left, in the yellow, is the Grand Canyon. Massive Stargate open behind the red dragon. On the right is the Olmec She that they claimed was only in Mexico. Bullshit! Are you ready for this? Okay, you ready? You ready? You said you're ready. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, this is what we're looking at. This area here is what we're looking at. Okay? All right. Let me just highlight that area alone. Hold on. This is that area. Why is it that this is an ancient stone of the Olmec sheep that was stolen and returned to Mexico? On your right is an Olmec sheep Stargate opening that was stolen from Mexico and was given back to Mexico, representing Olmec mythology, which is facts. And in the Grand Canyon is the exact same thing carved into a mountain behind the red dragon in the Grand. The Olmec sheep to your right, the Grand Canyon Stargate to your left, and at the opening of the Grand Canyon, right here, right here, right here, at the opening of the Stargate behind the red dragon is the Olmec sheep. Right there, right there, right there. Cannot be denied. I said cannot. Let me get the other photo. Hold on. The Olmec sheep. The Olmec sheep. The Olmec sheep Stargate. The Olmec sheep Stargate. In the Grand Canyon. I said in the Grand Canyon. One more time. In the Grand Canyon. Do you want to know? When they ask the archaeologists in Mexico, where they call this, the Olmec called this the earth monster. Hold on, let me write the name. Olmec. She. As in Xi Jinping. Olmec Xi. XI, the spelling. In the great. What? I said what? Olmec Xi, pronounced she. When they asked the Mesoamericans, where is this portal today? When they asked the Mexicans, the Mexican archaeologists, hey, where is this gate that was, spoken about by the Olmecs? Where is it? The Mexicans said, we don't know. No one knows where that gate is. No, we know where that gate is. The Mexicans said, we don't know. The Mexican government, they said, we don't know where it is. We know where it is. We know where it is. It's in the Grand Canyon. How do you know, Renetta, that the earth monster is in the Grand Canyon? Because the face of the Olmec is next to the Stargate. Now let me ask you again. What was Eisenhower? What was Eisenhower? I mean, I'm not the only person who's excited. Am I the only one who's excited tonight? Am I the only person who's excited tonight? Now, what was Eisenhower doing in this area? What was Eisenhower doing in this area? Okay, we're about to go deeper. Hold on to your wigs, people, because I'm about to blow your wigs off. Okay? So, watch this. When you go and you look, hold on. Okay? Okay, so, hold on. The earth monster, that's this. That's what the Olmecs called this. We don't know if that's what they called it, but that's what they're telling us they called it. Okay? I don't believe nothing these people tell us. Okay? Girl, you better glue on that wig because we're about to blow it off again. Oh, where's my leaf blowers? You better glue on that wig because we's about to blow off that wig again, honey. Let's go. Now, they call this the Earth Monster. I'm like, that ain't no damn Earth Monster. That's a Stargate, people. And the Stargate is marked by the face of the Olmec. But they call it the Earth Monster, right? Whatever. So they said the Earth Monster, Stargate. I have my stapler. Woo! Okay, so they said the Earth Monster, and hold on, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see. All right. The Earth Monster in Olmec culture refers to a large carved stone sculpture depicting a mythical, ain't nothing mythical about this, creature representing the living earth. often portrayed with a gaping mouth and associated with the underworld. Interesting. Didn't Ra say he battled Apophis? You got to see part 1. In the underworld. You see how it's all connecting? Watch this. Let me say this again. The Egyptians say Ra battled Apophis in the west, in the underworld, and bound him in Mount Manu. Bound him in Mount Manu. We went to the Grand Canyon, and there is a mountain called Manu in the Grand Canyon and a big red-ass serpent. The Olmecs are like, hey, there's an earth monster down there. And the earth monster was associated with the underworld. Apophis is associated with the underworld. You see how it's beginning to connect? People, it's not the Chinese empire, the Japanese empire, the African empires, the European empires, bullshit. It was one. Mesoamerican empire, it was one. And they all were fighting the same beasts. Yes, Sherry. Yes, no coincidence. Now watch this. It was one, and all the ancients were fighting the same entity, the dragon. Now watch this. The earth monster was considered a central deity in Olmec belief systems. It's a key motif in their art and likely played a significant role in their rituals, right? About life and abundance. Okay? So, this is the picture of the earth monster that was returned back to Mexico. And when you go in and you do research as to where this earth monster is, the Mexican government says we have no clue where this earth monster is or where it's reside. But we found it. We know where it is. It's right here in the Grand Canyon. And the reason why we know it's right here in the Grand Canyon, because the face of an Olmec is right next to the mouth. That is how they speak. They speak through art. So we know this is the earth monster. We know this is the opening of where the earth monster is because the face of the Olmec is here. And we have a monster with a wide open mouth. So we know the earth monster was saying, hey, this region, something happened here. Now, when we go to the Egyptians say the same exact story. I'm not yelling at you, I'm getting excited. The Egyptians say, hey, Ra had a battle with an earth monster, a monster from the underground, and Ra bound that monster at Mount Manu in the west. The Grand Canyon is in the desert southwest, and there is a Mount Manu in the Grand Canyon with a big red-ass serpent in front of it. People, we're not dealing with mythology, we're dealing with facts, right? So I wanted to drop those two on you now. Watch this. Hold on. We're going to have some more fun. Now, I want you to look at this. We're going to play around with your ability to see now. And then we're going to go into, oh, it finally showed up. Now watch this. Do you see something interesting about this area? Michelle, you got, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's the Olmec and the Grand Canyon. There you go. Oh, we're going to get to that skull, baby. Do you guys see something interesting about this rock formation in the Grand Canyon? Pay attention to this part. And zoom in. Do you see something interesting? What's at the front of the pyramids in Egypt? Cobra. Okay, go ahead. In Egypt, what sits at the front? It does look like a sex organ. A sphinx. Do you see it? Do you see the sphinx? Oh, Benjamin, we're going to get to that. Do you see the weathered Egyptian sphinx? Oh, I'm about to drop some news. Thank you, Sherry. Does anyone else see the Egyptian sphinx? It's weathered. You see it? Now, that's one Egyptian sphinx in the exact area where Eisenhower went. Hold on to the sphinx. Okay, that's one sphinx. Now, look at this one. Let me know if you need me to mark it up. This is an entire mountain range. Let me know if you need to mark it up. Do you see the Egyptian pharaoh with his headdress in this entire area? Timbo, you got it. Let me know if you need to mark him up. I'll gladly mark him up. Yes, you see the eyes. Let me mark him up, y'all. This rock formation is gigantic. All right? His eyes are wide open. Okay, this is his nose. This is his mouth. You see it? This is his beard. And this is the Egyptian headdress. He was asleep. You see it? He was asleep. And when we showed up, I'm not the best illustrator, okay? You see it? Look at the size of this. Is an entire mountain range. I mean, this thing is huge. I stood there. And as the sun began to move, his eyes opened up wide, wide, wide. I said, oh my goodness, what on earth? This thing is huge. I'm like, what the hell created this? You see him? And he's wearing the headdress. Do you see it? He is the biggest pharaoh I ever saw in my life. But I'm about to, you don't believe me? You're dealing with pharaohs in the Grand Canyon? Okay. I'm not the best illustrator, so the drawings are going to be kind of like, you know. The man is literally 5 mountains in one. Because the mountains, whoever designed this, lasered the mountains into steps. Yeah, I mean, I think he's about 10 miles, 10, I don't know. He's huge. He's bigger than a Titan. And I didn't think there could be anything bigger than the Titans and the Olympians. That's just his head. Okay? But then again, when you stand before the red dragon, he's ginormous. But this one head, here's how they built him. He is literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. They built him. So 6 levels of mountains to make one face. That's him. 6 different levels, okay, on a mountain to design this face. Isn't that something? Ain't that something? Right there. Now we're going to go in deeper. We're going to go in deeper, right? So let's cancel. You see him now? You see his eyes wide open staring? And his eyes were closed, right? And when the sun started moving, I said, oh my God, oh my goodness, his eyes are opening. Oh my God. You see how many layers he is? Grand Canyon. And he's wearing the pharaonic headdress. Okay? All right. So that's another one. We're going to go in deeper. We're going to go in deeper. Are you sitting down? Are you ready to see some real crazy stuff? Are you ready to see some real crazy Grand Canyon stuff? Press 1 if you're ready for some real crazy Grand Canyon stuff. Yeah, grand, exactly, equals royal. Yup. Can you imagine what's down there? All right, we're going to start with this one. Do you guys see the Autobot sleeping? I'm going to zoom in. Do you see the robot being that's been petrified into rock sleeping? And there are several faces next to him. You see him? Hold on. I thought robots were new. Why is there a robot being carved into rock in the Grand Canyon? Do you see him? There's a couple of them. Let me tell you something about this rock, this range of rock, right where Eisenhower went. Because there's a face here too. Okay, I'm going to show you the whole range in a second. You see? Something built this. You see the face? You see his eyes? This one here, his eyes are sleeping. And he has a narrow face. And then this one, he's sleeping too. You see him? And next to him looks like some kind of pyramid structure. Now, what on earth is a robot, sleeping robot, doing in the Grand Canyon? And why would Eisenhower visit this area? Anyway, let's continue. Okay? So that's the robot race in the Grand Canyon. But here's what's interesting. Now I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to show you this. This, let's see if I can find the photo. First of all, before I go there, this is the same robot race, but next to him is this shadow. Okay? We're going to focus on, does everyone see the shadow? Yeah, there's one next to him sleeping too. Oh yeah, he's right here. There's a whole ton of them, a whole ton of ancient robots, the Autobots. So Transformers was not a children's movie. Transformers is real. Here we see an ancient transformer resting in the Grand Canyon where Eisenhower went. That looked like a skinny lady's last class. Oh, wait till you see what's here. So now, We're going to focus on this area. Okay, you guys saw, and you're seeing a much bigger face out here. Okay, we're going to focus on this area, and then I'm going to zoom out and show you what's going on with this area, right? This area here that looks like a spade. Everyone types spade if you see the spade. If you can see the spade, type spade. So we got some transformers resting. I thought they told us that robots were real. Thank you, everyone. Everyone sees the spade. Wonderful. Now let's zoom out to see what's going. Let's zoom in to see what's going on with the spade. So I marked up the spade. Let me know if you're ready. I hope you're sitting down. If you're ready, press 1. If you're ready, press 1. Okay, I hope you guys are sitting down. So I zoomed in on the spade with my camera. Do you see him? If it's too dark, let me know. It might be too dark on your end. It's really light on mine. Do you see him staring at you? Okay, let's see if I can, hold on. Let's see if I can lighten him up. Hold on. It's coming in too dark on your end. Hold on. That's the biggest I can make it. All right, I'm going to try to lighten him up. Okay. Do you see him? Do you see him? And do you see his pharaonic beard? Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you see who's hiding in there? Do you see his pharaonic beard? Down here. Let's see if I can mark him up. Do you see the beard of Pharaoh? Do you see Pharaoh's elongated head? Do you see Pharaoh's eyes? Do you see Pharaoh's face? Do you see Pharaoh? Yes, his beard looks gold. Yes, Timbo. The Rock was Optimus Prime. Do you see Pharaoh? Do you see Pharaoh's hand? You can only take, I went there to get these shots. To answer your question, Sherry, you could go there, but I'm not sure you can go down in there. So my question is, and let me show you what's crazy about this. So everyone sees him, right? Does everyone see Pharaoh hiding in the shadows in a rock formation in the Grand Canyon? All right, let me make this smaller. Let me show you. And that is a part of, he's hiding in this spade. This here is Pharaoh's entire body. And when you zoom in, that's how you get him. He is hiding in here watching. You see that? We're going to go deeper. Renetta, that's just pareidolia. You sure about that? Watch this. You see, that's him. Let me close this out. Now we're going to go bigger. Renetta, that's nothing. Let's take a look. Here is the spade on the left. Here is another shadow. Look at this shadow. What do you see? Look at this shadow. What do you see? Don't you see a man sitting with his foot on something? Do you see him? A man sitting. Do you see his foot? Let's zoom in. Look at his foot. His foot is tapping something. Here you see another face, a pharaonic head that's broken. Do you see the pharaonic head here? Yes, a pedal. Yes, the man in the shadows looking the other way. Do you see the pharaonic head down here that's broken? He's driving something. Yeah. He's sitting on something and his foot is tapping. Now let's contrast this to see what he's doing. What is he doing? What is he doing? What are you doing? He's tapping away at something. What is he doing? And you see this wave, you see this particle beam coming out here. And you see this here. Do you see this? Let me mark it up. You see this machine here? Look at his foot. His foot is tapping this machine. You see it? He's transforming into another form. He's creating something. And even this whole area is beginning to look like an Egyptian pharaoh. Do you see the lion coming out here? You see a lion's face in the shadow up here. It's like he's speaking. He has some kind of 3D printer. He's printing something. He's firing something. Look. Look at this particle beam that's coming out here. Look. Look. You see that part? Down here. Too bad I can't make it bigger, you know? Down here, look at this. This looks like, any engineers in the house? Look at this. This looks like some kind of, I don't know. I'm going to try to draw it out. Any engineers? That's what it looks like. And then his foot is tapping something. You see it? Sorry, it's so small. You see it? What is he tapping on? Now watch this. I'm going to have to unsave this so I could zoom in. Hold on. Okay, I want you to see this part. Now look at this. I gotta make it bigger. Now we're gonna mark up this part. What's this? What is this? Hold on. What is this? What's that? Looks like the column for a temple. I almost missed the part. What's that? What's that? Angkor Wat. Yes. Yes, it does. And next to him, look at this. The lion, look at the shadow. Look at the shadow. The lion morphs into an Aztec. Look at the shadow. Not the lion, I'm sorry. This guy looks like an Aztec. I can tell because of what he's wearing on his head. Look in the shadow. Yes, part of a larger structure. It goes all the way down the side of the mountain. Do you see the Aztec warrior in the shadow here coming out of this thing? Is this craft? Yes. Do you guys see him in the shadow? It's all connected because it's all one civilization. There's a Shiva temple in the Grand Canyon. There's Mount Manu. There's an Isis temple. It's all one. We've been lied to. Okay, now let me show you how crazy this structure is, right? So, what is this? What is this in yellow that this guy in the shadow is coming out of? You see that? Let's cancel it. You see it? Now watch this. Now, if we zoom out, I got to stop about here, mark it up. Watch this. Oops. Watch this. Watch this. What on earth is this? It goes all the way down the entire temple. And whatever this is, it's bringing out a lion on this side and an Aztec on this side. And this guy is the one, you see him? This guy is the one doing it. You guys seeing that? I stood there. And when I got back, I began to meditate. Hey, what is this thing? And guess, what do you think this thing is? Let me zoom out. What do you think? Let me close this. Hold on. What do you think this entire thing is? This whole area. And look, you can see the Pharaoh coming out. As this guy, the shadow being, begins working. You see the face of the Pharaoh. Let me highlight Pharaoh because I want you guys to see. Let me highlight Pharaoh here so you can see him. He's going to be difficult to see, but he's there. Are you seeing him? Do you see him? Benjamin says a military facility, temple, laser. I picked up laser as well. Do you guys see Pharaoh? Pharaoh is beginning to come out. Pharaoh is beginning to come through the rocks as the sun begins to move. Pharaoh begins to come out. Now remember, you guys ready for this? All of what I'm showing you is where Eisenhower went. Aha, Michelle! Now, I was wondering, are they frozen in time? Because it is written that Ra bound Apophis in this area. You know what it hit? You know what hit me? Now watch this. If the red serpent is there, representing Apophis, and we see Pharaoh here, and we see a man in the shadow, he's blasting something, and we see the Olmec, and we see the earth monster, and we see the gate open, we see the portal open. Is this a library? That's what I thought it was. And their library is different from ours. The machine lasered them. But let me show you something. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, right? But I want to show you something. Let's see if I can find a good photo. This might be it. Hold on. Damn, I didn't take a good photo. I wonder. Look. Look. Let's see if I can zoom in. Look. Doesn't it look like writing? Let me zoom in. Look, guys. Doesn't it look like a book? Doesn't the rock look like a book and someone wrote a story into this book? And the book has characters. That's the scene. Could this guy be printing? Hold on. Could this guy be printing the book? This guy, the shadow guy. Look, zoom in. Zoom into the rocks. Look, do you see? Look at the rocks. Doesn't that look like ancient cuneiform? The pages. And in the book, characters are lasered and sealed. And what do you do to a book? Remember, what did the Egyptians say? Ra. Are you guys sitting down? Are you sitting down? The Egyptians said, Ra bound Apophis. It didn't say he killed him. He bound Apophis. Let me ask you a question. When you have multiple pages in a book, what do you do to put all the pages together? Don't you bind the book? And the Egyptians say, Ra bound Apophis. Books are. The Egyptians said, Ra bound Apophis. Ra, what do you do with books? What do you do with pages? If you want to create a book, what do you do with pages? Let me ask you again. Let me show you. I said, let me show you. I said, let me show you. Okay, now YouTube is being a jackass. Now YouTube, I hate YouTube. They deleted it. Okay, I have it somewhere where it says that Ra bound Apophis. Hold on, let's see if we can find it in another search engine. YouTube, Google, YouTube. Let's say YouTube instead of Google. Let's see this one. Google deleted it. Okay? Now watch this. You ready for this? You guys don't believe me? This is the story of Ra and Apophis and a book. You don't believe me? Okay, let me show you this. Let's look at the symbol of Apophis, okay? Okay, watch this. Do you guys see the symbol? Do you see the symbol? Everyone, press 1 if you see this symbol. This is the symbol of Apophis. We're going to get back to Ra binding Apophis. Book binding, that's it. Thank you, Patrick. Anyone else? Zuri, thank you. Anyone else? Alex, now watch this. Now watch this. Now watch this. This is the Egyptian symbol. This is the Egyptian symbol for Apophis. Okay. So what's this? What's this? If this is the Grand Canyon, and the Egyptians said Ra bound Apophis in the west, in Mount Manu, and Mount Manu is in the Grand Canyon. And the Egyptians depicted Apophis like this. Who's this? I said, who's this? On your right. Apophis! Now let me ask you a question. What was Eisenhower? I'm going to ask you again. On the left is a Apophis symbol. On the right is the Grand Canyon. And inside of this spade, we see a creature. Staring back at us, bound in stone. Bound. Bound. But hold on. When we look at the stone, we zoom into the stones. Why do we see writing like a book? And what do you do to books? What do you do to pages to make them a book? You bind them. What did Eisenhower do in this area? No, Ra bound them. But what did Eisenhower do when he went to this area? Ra bound them. Then Eisenhower went there. Then he became president. And then we ended up with the Greada Treaty. Oh! Eisenhower didn't bind them, honey. Ra bound them. Let me say it again. Ra bound them. The Egyptians said Ra bound Apophis at Mount Manu in the west. This area, there's a Mount Manu. It is in the west where the sun sets. Oh! 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 What's the color of the beast in Revelation? We're going to go to that beast in part 3. There's a whole lot more, but I want to show you this. Look at this. Look at these rocks. Look at these rocks, right? Oh, no, Renata, you have an overactive imagination. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, Derry. Let me show you something. Let's see if I can show you. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. This is an image of cuneiform. And this, to your left, you got it. And the first three letters in the Latin word for blood is S-A-N. Sanguine. Sang. Sang. Sanguine. Blood. That's for Michelle. On your left is the Grand Canyon. On your right is cuneiform. Look. Ra. Bound. Apophis. Like a bull. He didn't say he destroyed him. Santa. That's why Santa wears red. Because blood, the Latin word for blood is sang. Sanguine. Sangria. That's a drink. Blood. Sanhedrin. That's all you need to know. S-A-N. San. Okay? And we're not talking about the San in the tribe in South Africa. We're talking about the Latin word for blood. Right? Look at that. On your left, I'll leave you with this. We'll do a part 3. On your left is the Grand Canyon. On your right is cuneiform. Let's look up Latin word for blood. Hold on. It's sangri. Sanguine. Right? Sanguine. Sangreal. Sanhedrin. Same word. Blood. We're going to get to part 3 about the mystery of this place. But do you see on the left? It's the Grand Canyon. On your left. And do you see on your right? It's cuneiform. Do you guys see it? You see it? All right, guys. We had a blast. I had a blast. Unbelievable what's in the Grand Canyon. And I understand why they block people from going in there. It's for their own good. I understand why parts of it, they're like, nope, we're not letting you go here. I get it. I get it, because there's some ancient stuff there. And people are, I don't want to say people are stupid, but people are careless. People are careless. You know? And you're going to be like, oh, I'm so powerful. And they're going to want to go to the Grand Canyon and think they could open up these things. And then they open up hell on earth and get their ass washed. All right, guys. So, guys, woo! That was part 2. Wait till we get to part 3. So who's going to join us tomorrow? Tomorrow, we got the group Decode. Last Friday of every month. This is our group session where we meet together and we talk. Part 1. Okay. This is it. To book, who's going to be there tomorrow? This is the link. Okay. And you can watch it free on Tubi TV. Yeah, people can be careless. Really, I've met a lot of spiritually careless people that think they're invincible. Met a lot of spiritually careless people. Uh-uh. So you can't get to these areas. You cannot get there. I've been there. You cannot get there. Right? All right. So tomorrow, it's a day. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get together as a group because I need to make sure that you guys can see, hear, and sense on your own. I need to make sure you guys can discern on your own and you're able to stand on your own. I don't want followers. I'm not raising up, I don't want a hive. I want people who can think on their own. I don't want people who can obey orders. I'm not a cult leader. You understand? I want people to be able to challenge me, make me think, make me go look stuff up. Right? So tomorrow, the movie is Lovely Dark Deep. It's free to watch on Tubi TV. Let's see if I can find the link. Hold on. Okay. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay. Give me 1 second here, see if I can find the movie. Here we go. Okay. Here it is. Here is the link to watch it for free on Tubi TV. You just got to register. Oh, it's on YouTube too? Okay, Zuri, make sure it's not a review because sometimes those long videos are reviews. So if it's anything, Tubi TV, you can watch it there for free. Guys, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. I can't wait for tomorrow to hear what you guys think about this movie. Love you. Take care of yourself. And peace out. Bye.